Good morning. This is Dr. McDaniel. Today's Tuesday, May 28th, and I'm back today with a presentation on MITTLESCHMERTZ. I do think I'm talking a little bit weird, and anyone who's been watching me knows that I had my wisdom tooth pulled last week, and I've been in a lot of pain for the whole month of May because of the cavity that was there. Now, I think I have what they call dry socket, which is a inflammation of the bone that's exposed. So I'm taking pain medicine around the clock. I usually don't take pain medicine at all. I have 4 children. I didn't have any pain medicine, no epidural. I did 4 natural deliveries. When I had the cavity, I took 1 pain pill a day. That was it to help me sleep. Otherwise, I just dealt with the pain. And now for the last, since I think Thursday, I've been pretty much taking pain medicine every 2 to 3 hours, or I'm in tears. So I'm going to have to go back to the dentist, but this whole side's still swollen and painful, and I'm speaking out of the right side of my mouth, so I apologize. It's going to be a little bit strange for this whole week. Plus, a friend said to buy oil of clove. So I already had oil of clove, essential oil of clove at home. So I put it on this tooth, and of course it tastes horrible. So now I'm salivating because the taste is bad. But regardless, I'm going to speak on MITTLESCHMERTZ today. MITTLESCHMERTZ is a German word. It means mid-cycle pain. And most people are not aware that when they ovulate, they can potentially have pain with or without some bleeding, or bleeding with or without pain or cramping, and that's what MITTLESCHMERTZ is. It's representative of the hormonal changes that occur when one ovulates. Now, most women will go their whole life not have any ovulation pain or bleeding. Some women may have it every blue moon, once every couple of years. Others may have it every single month. Usually it should be menstrual-like pain and cramping with or without some spotting or light bleeding for 3 days or less. Occasionally someone will have bleeding for a whole week, and occasionally someone will have horrible pain where they're doubled over in pain, and they go to the emergency room. They're worried that they have an infection or appendicitis, something wrong with them. Evaluation is done in the emergency room, and it turns out it's because they had a lot of pain when they ovulated. Sorry, I'm going to be spitting a bit because of this oil of clove I placed on my socket from the tooth being pulled. So the reason for MITTLESCHMERTZ is twofold. One, for the bleeding, it's because when one ovulates, the estrogen spikes in order to cause ovulation, and then it quickly drops. And it's the withdrawal of that estrogen that destabilizes the uterine lining, and that destabilization causes bleeding. Either a light, short amount of bleeding, less than 3 days, or for some women, potentially quite a bit of bleeding up to a week is fair game. The second reason why there's pain is because of a cyst that ruptures or pops, and that cyst is called a hormonal cyst or a follicular cyst. So a cyst develops, and a cyst is a pocket of fluid. So the ovary develops a cyst to produce the egg, which we call a follicle, in order for that person to get pregnant. So the hormones that start to produce that egg start with the onset of the menstrual cycle. So the first day of menstrual bleeding is called day 1. And for most women, if they have their cycles every 4 weeks, then they will ovulate between days 10 and 16, usually around day 14. So that's why we call it mid-cycle, because it's halfway between the 2 cycles that occurred. So the egg or the follicle is developed or produced in a pocket of fluid. We call that a cyst. And usually that egg is fully developed and that cyst is fully ripened between 18 and 22 millimeters diameter. So that's about that large, or about a half an inch. Right, actually almost an inch. So between about a half an inch to a full inch. Now, for most women, a half an inch to an inch diameter cyst, when that ruptures or pops to produce the egg, it's not going to cause any pain. For some women, they might feel a little twinge or cramp, and some women will tell you every month when they've ovulated, they can feel a twinge or a cramp mid-cycle on one side versus the other. That's how they know. Or they see a little bit of spotting or light flow staining in their underwear or liner. Now, occasionally that cyst will get really large, and really large for me is the size of an orange. So it can get, or tangerine, it can get up to 5 centimeters or more. If it gets up to 5 centimeters or more, that's a lot of fluid that's built up, and when it pops or bursts to release the egg at ovulation, it's going to cause quite a bit of pain. And those are the situations where one is doubled over in pain and goes to the emergency room usually. So I'm going to stop right there for today on MITTLESCHMERTZ. I'll continue it tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. This is Dr. McDaniel at GYN Corner. Also check out the YouTube page. It's also called GYN Corner. All of the presentations are placed there, categorized by date and by the topic. So everyone have a great rest of the day. It's Tuesday. It's fairly sunny. It's going in and out of sunny to partly cloudy here in New York. Hope it's a gorgeous day on your end. Thanks, and have a great rest of the day. I'll be back tomorrow to finish up on MITTLESCHMERTZ.